Wow. Hey, Michael. Yep. Nice to see you're up nice and early. Yep, it's time to paint more Orlando. I don't know if you saw the previous stream. By the way, how is my sound? Is it good? All right. Hey, guys. Wow, nice little crowd already. So, here, as you can see, I've already kind of painted over the magnet and everything, but just to show you, there's one arm, and the other one. Maybe a little convincing and conniving just to get it to work, but the new magnets I got worked quite well, I'd say. Yeah, I'm glad you're up early, Michael. It's nice having you swing by. So as you can see, I know this arm isn't meant for this pose, really, but it works to have this blaster drawn. So, I'm glad you could stop by, Rod, and thanks for swinging by, Muse's Touch. And hello again, Delay Capture. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. Hope you like some of the other goodies I put in there, aside from the coffee and the coffee mug. Good. Yeah, actually, one of the paints is the paints I use to paint all of the blasters. So, when you paint your own Star Wars Legion guys, if you want to keep it uniform that way, you can use that 6-shooter, and then I just do a wash over it. But now on to, let's see, I will probably paint some of the belt buckles and everything, and then I might do a light wash over the cloak and the belt buckles, and we'll work with it from there. I'm just kind of looking at the box art too, just so I can kind of match this as best as I can. Keep it close to looking like the Lando from the movies. Okay. So we will start with, I don't want too dark of a brown, so I might go with Warnfang brown and a little bit of Rhinox hide. Yep, should have charged that. Oh well. You can just shake it the old way. Thank you for getting up early, Michael. I know it's, let's see, it's like what, almost 4 in the morning there now? Okay, yep. I'm doing just a little bit of Mornfang brown mixed up with this, actually a little bit of Rhinox mixed up with Mornfang brown. So it looks like it's a dark leather, but not like very dark. Right, that ought to work. This is the reason why he's up. To watch me paint, for some reason. Yep, true enough. Okay. And I greatly appreciate it, Michael. I always try to make your streams too whenever I can, but sometimes that pesky thing called work gets in the way. What do you think of the color of the cape so far, Michael? Which I may do a very diluted purple wash on this and then highlight it back up. I feel you there, Muse's Touch. There's some nights when I don't go to bed until about 1 o'clock. Boy, do I feel it the next day at work. Alright, good. Glad you like it. Sorry, trying to keep that on camera. So I need a more permanent setup so I can just have it set up and put a tape mark and keep everything right there. It is a compelling reason to be self-employed. Oof, didn't know you worked overnights there, Rod. So are you up early or late in your own world now? Man, that's a game I haven't picked up in forever, Michael. Oh, sorry. Keep him on camera. At least one good thing when I glued on this torso, there isn't a big obnoxious gap between where the torso meets the legs. So I didn't have to try and fill that in with anything. It actually looks fairly natural. touched up just a little bit. Get this. Well, I'll just have to get that when I relayer, I guess. Yeah, some of these sculpts are actually really nice and really good to work with. Actually, I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. There we go. Yes, I know, and I am super looking forward to seeing just how that turns out. Oh my god, I think this wet palette did actually save this color mix. Haha! So we'll be able to fix this. Alright. Yeah, that is going to be completely badass. Did I tell you what color scheme I was going to plan on painting on it? Before anybody says it's not going to be Sabine's from Rebels. Michael, this will be flying my nerd flag high, but I'm going to give it the 181st Fighter Wing colors. Let's see if you know who that is. And if you don't know, that's fine, but I will explain it if you don't. And I'll explain it later, or I'll explain it here in a little bit for everyone else if you don't know. Okay. The 181st was the Imperial equivalent of Rogue Squadron. So basically, the elite were the 181st. So I figured, and they flew everything from TIE fighters to TIE interceptors. I think they even had a few bombers, but mainly they were the fast interceptors and fighters. Actually, a lot of them were at Endor. And a interesting lore tidbit here too. Again, this is how far my nerddom goes. Is that the squadron leader of the 181st was Wedge Antilles' brother-in-law. Yes, the main guy who led Rogue Squadron, his brother-in-law was the one who led the best fighter pilots in the Imperial Navy. Ooh, that'd be cool. So yes, when I say I deep dived and lived that lore growing up. Hey Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Hope it's not too early or too late for you as well. Yeah, what of it? Again, when I let my nerd flag fly, I let my nerd flag fly. Okay, cool. I didn't know what your time difference was from mine, so it's almost 10 here. So, just for a point of reference. And I'm just kind of touching up some of this. Okay. Obviously, I am Central Time Zone. Alright, and I gotta say, props to the Army Painter wet palette here, because I had locked up these colors for about a week with plenty of water, and they're still going pretty strong. So, bully up on them. Okay. Well, one thing I might do quick is I'm going to put some. I'm going to put some sand on the base and let that dry while I do everything else quick. So. What I do for my sand effects right now is I could use the Armageddon dust, but I've already gone too far with all of Michael's minis. So I have this this Vallejo ground texture arena or just gray sand. Put that on, and then I'll actually paint that yellow so it looks more like the sands of Tatooine itself, as per Michael's request. So a day trip then, Michael, right? Pretty much I'm determined when, I say when, not if, I visit Scotland or England. I'm visiting Michael, I'm going to go and visit Andy, because if anything less than a 10-hour drive is considered in the area for me. And for you guys, yes, I would actually drive quite a bit. Well, and actually fly across fly across the sea to come and see some of you. Though, admittedly, I still need to go and meet Tim in person. Tim and Tarval and Madeth in person. But I will, one of these days. Yes, definitely. Michelle, maybe at some point I just need to use seeing you to have a excuse to go up to Canada as well. And of course, I'd have to take delayed capture with me, which I'll spill the beans. That is my girlfriend watching in the stream as well. So she's in disguise, as it were. But now I have unmasked her. I hope you don't mind a little bit of sand on the cloak. I am in Omaha, so I am right smack dab in the middle of the U.S. So pretty much going anywhere from there. I have not made her a moderator yet. I don't know how to do that. I probably should. Why? Where are you at in the U.S.? Because aren't you close to Texas? So I know you'll be going to. We'll be meeting up at ReaperCon. Oh, okay, sorry. In here I'm putting some texture, some little wave effects, which here's pretty much how I do it. I just kind of tap that along there and it makes it look wavy. Wow, okay. Yeah, I know where McCook is. Well, Rod, if ever you're in Nebraska again, hit me up. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, my girlfriend will be going to the Bay Area here in a month or so, I think. If I keep forgetting which month she's going. I won't be able to join her. Yeah, she'll be going to the Bay Area with her girls and her mom. I think she's flying into Boston, so okay. Cape Cod, yep, that's where you're going. Yes, I need a little bit of caffeine right now, so I'm just drinking some Throwback Mountain Dew. Okay. So now that that's drying, I will do a very Alright, do a very diluted purple wash on this cape, unless there's something else you'd rather have done to it, Michael. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. I don't know why I shake my Lamy in medium, but I do, so don't look at me in that tone of voice. Add a drop of glaze medium in this as well. think that's about how I want this to look. I want to add some definition. I'm not go over the top because it's not a gaudy purple cape, because that's not what Lando would wear. He would wear a refined purple cape. Go a little more heavy on the inside here, just because it would naturally be a little bit darker. Of course they do. Not to get too much coffee staining happening here too. What do you think so far? I have to work some of that just a little bit. Yeah, once dry, yes, this will look very nice, I think. Alright, not gonna mess with it anymore. Let that dry. Thank you. Okay, and now won't do the same wash on the pants, but on all of this area here, I'll probably do a diluted sepia wash just to add some shadows. There it is. Yes, yes. All of these will be getting at the very least, a matte varnish, so that way it won't be ungodly shiny, as it were. I'll just leave him in frame there while I'm mixing up some other stuff. I need a smaller brush since this is a smaller area. don't worry, I didn't forget the belt buckle. I will paint that gold when the time comes. Let's see, a little bit of purple trying to creep. Get rid of that. Okay, some of my favorite Star Wars memories growing up. Uh, well, one of them I don't remember, but my parents told me it, was that Return of the Jedi was my first movie in the theater. And apparently they were going to see it, and everything but like the front row seats of a humongous theater were sold out. But they just decide, well, we'll just go in and we'll see how he does, and if we have to leave with a screaming kid, we have to leave with a screaming kid. And apparently, then I got so into it that I was waving a piece of red licorice around like it was a lightsaber, helping Luke in his final duel against Vader. So that's one of the fondest memories that I have of Star Wars, but I don't remember it. And then, of course, one of my favorite things was growing up. Like, I was in high school when they started coming out with the expanded universe novels. So I remember just finally being able to go there and read new books, go on new adventures, and yeah, just really immerse myself even more into the Star Wars lore. And also playing the X-Wing TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games were just my jam because I always loved the space battles the most growing up. And so then it just put me right in the cockpit. So it was just amazing. Like, I just went there and it was the absolute best thing in the entire world for me at that time. And I've also even gotten Anthony Daniels' autograph. Yes, TIE Fighter was an epic game. I loved the storyline behind it, and you felt like you were making a difference in the Empire while playing that game. And the whole, yeah, just the whole storyline where you're tracking down a traitor Imperial fleet that's trying to defect to the rebels, and you're trying to stop them from getting the valuable intel to them, was just awesome. I thought it was so well done. All right, there's that starting to dry. Let's see, another favorite memory of Star Wars. Let's see. Yeah, I just went there a lot. It was like my escape, my safe, lack of a better term, my safe space growing up. So I went there. I was always a Jedi. I was always, able to win the day using the Force. And it was just really cool for me. Oh, Ian, go home. You're drunk. The Ewok movies are an affront to all of Christendom. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people like the Ewok movies. I despise them, and I don't know why. Or I actually know why. I just didn't like them. I'll be unapologetic that I don't like them. Yeah, at least he didn't say the Star Wars Christmas special. Okay, well, while those are drying, maybe I will start to work on his face a little bit. His face and his hands. Yeah, I've never actually seen the holiday special. I've seen a lot of like clips about it, and I've heard about the what is it, like a half hour segment where the Wookiees are talking but there's no subtitles. Actually, I'm going to start with the same color that I used for the leather straps and work up on Lando's face. Yep, and also wasn't Boba Fett in some Thanksgiving parade like in '79 before Empire Strikes Back came out? He was actually like in a Macy's Day like parade, something like that. I don't know. That this is before my time. Well, how old are you, Rob, if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm 40. Okay, it's not so bad. I mean, yes, I feel a little wet behind the ears compared to some people, but 54 ain't bad at all. I need to definitely touch up some stuff there, but Almost time painting flesh tone colors. Really don't like the angle of his wrist here for drawing, or for him drawing his blaster. At least without the context of where it's at, it looks uncomfortable. Yeah, doesn't it finding out the hard way. Ignoring a lot of things just doesn't change it. So just embrace it. I say as one of the young men in this room right now, aside from Kiko, who's around my brother's age, so he's about 35-ish. I really wasn't too upset at turning 40. But then again, I had a lot of other things on my plate, still do, that have me more upset than my age right now. But things are turning up, and I gotta say, it's really awesome painting Star Wars for Michael and partially for myself. I'm not starting a Legion set myself, but it's just nice to draw myself more. Oh, hey, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, 33, but yeah, who's counting? But it's nice to be painting this because Star Wars was always that escape, and I found this escape with miniature painting, and now it's the two coming together. So the only other thing that I need to do that is a passion of mine is painting naked women. Which I know there's miniatures for that. No, actually, yeah, Kiko, his name's Ian. He was best friends with my brother, and I used to run D&D games for him and my brother. So, yeah, I know that kid can function on little sleep. And remember one time he spent the night at my apartment on a futon mattress that was so shitty that it was soft all around him, but then he just rested gently on the like on the hard floor of my apartment. Or at least I love the way he described how he fell asleep with the futon mattress around him and sleeping on the floor of my apartment. Oh, yeah. Or more appropriately, it was my parents shoehorning us away from the table because they had to go to sleep, and we didn't have a table upstairs to actually play D&D on. Otherwise, we would have. Okay, let's take a look at this quote. All right, drawing nicely. I might have to do a little something there with that little bit of coffee staining that happened, but I can deal with that. Well, I was in college when I first started playing. I started with third ed, myself, and henceforth so did my brother, and so did Kiko in here. And yeah, God, that came out in 2000. That just makes me feel old then too. All right, let's see. What color is that belt buckle? All right, it's just silver. Only 5 years, huh? How long has Claire been playing, Michael? Since she's been DMing, or did she just dive into DMing like I did, where after my second session of D&D, I was running for, well, for Kiko and my brother. Oh wow, okay. Well, I applaud her and tell her that I will try to help her out with some of the campaign stuff still. I promised her that, and I will, since, yeah, I'm an off and on again 20-year DM veteran. So I know lots of tricks to help her out. No problem. Again, that was another passion of mine for a while. Yeah, I actually wanted to try to play role-playing games before I played D&D, and there was the Star Wars role-playing game, but one buddy of mine, uh, yeah, I wanted to play that with him, and he went and joined the military then, and there's nobody else really around that was interested in it, so opportunity lost here until recently, actually. Another one of my buddies wants to play the bucket of D6 version of the Star Wars role-playing game, so I am happily going to play that. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate that. I am not a legend, just a mere man. Okay. Okay, let's. I got a little time. I can. Oh, nice. Did you have the red box, Rod? Because that's what my dad had for the longest time. I used to look through it, but I never got a chance to play that version with him. No, 78, it was still a D20. There were just other systems that didn't use a D20, like the Star Wars system and Shadowrun, a few others. Cool. You know, D&D I think has always been. I think it's always been D20. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rod. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of uh, pale flesh on the palette. I'm going to be mixing it with that brown to do a lighter tone for some highlights. Or at least we'll see how this goes. Okay. doing trying to mix paints with my sable brush? Uh, a little bit of pale flesh goes a long way in this color. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see how good this looks. I'm not liking how that's looking. Jumped a bit too up to tan there, so let's go with this. Oh, sorry. Just highlighting. Yeah, my first adventure is actually just a homebrew. Did a lot of homebrew actually. Like we just kind of did stuff off the fly with a lot of our D&D adventures. There we go. That looks pretty good. Nice. Okay, what do you think of that skin tone so far? May lighten it up just a little bit more. Yeah, and actually my last D&D campaign was 5th Ed, and we started with Curse of Strahd, ended that, and then went on to do some homebrew with that. Yeah, that lasted 3 years, maybe a bit longer. No, I think it was 4 years, and we ended it in 2019. Oh, don't worry, I'll get the mustache in first, but I'm just getting the flash effects done first. Say that's looking pretty good so far. What do you think, Michael? Hopefully that camera's catching it good. Hey, look at that. We're over an hour already. If you guys want me to keep going longer, I can. Otherwise, I can just cut it out from here. And I'll do a little bit of extra work on my own without the camera just right in my way. But yeah, if you want me to keep going for a little bit longer, I can. Otherwise, if you all have something else you'd rather do, totally understand too. But thanks to everyone for stopping by so far. This made everything fly by. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Yeah, we'll just call it quits here since other people got things to go and do. So, Michael, I hope you get a good nap in at some point. Thanks for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Rod, Michelle, Muses Touched. Yeah, let's see who else. Yeah, it's good chatting with you guys too. Yeah, the goblins really are the best, Rod. So, yeah, I might actually just kind of call it quits here for a little bit, just to kind of get the camera a little bit out of my way so I can do some good work. But yeah, I'll see, yeah, most of you over in Discord. Uh, Kiko, you should think about becoming a Goblin of Mordor, just so you know. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I saw that you had your own little Twitch channel. Hadn't really done anything yet, but I figured I'd follow you. That way I could say I was first. But yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, and I will definitely catch you all later. So, thanks and have a good night.